I was talking to a friend about saving for retirement, and she said to me, Roths are so great. Why would anyone put money into a traditional IRA? There's a lot of confusion over which is best, so let's talk about their similarities and differences. We'll also go over a few practical examples so you can see which one might be best in your situation. First, let's clear up a common misconception. Neither traditional IRAs, which we refer to as IRAs, nor Roth IRAs are investments. They are an agreement between you and the government, in which you agree to save for your retirement, and the government gives you a tax incentive to do so. You enter into the agreement by opening an account, and then you fund it. Once the funds are in the account, you can invest in any number of options offered by the account custodian, who you choose. So to recap, first, you open an account. Then you fund the account. And then you choose investments offered by the account custodian who you have chosen. These steps are the same for both types of accounts.
With IRAs, you're allowed to take a deduction from your income when you file your taxes. The practical effect of this is that you don't pay income tax on the amount you deposit into the IRA, so the deposit is pre-tax. With Roths, you don't get the deduction, so the deposit is effectively after tax. Assuming you invest the deposited funds and the investments increase in value over time, the gain is not taxed while the funds remain in the account. The tax on these gains is tax deferred. This feature is the same for IRAs and for Roths. Now, those of you who are familiar with both accounts are probably thinking that Roths are tax-free, not tax-deferred, and you're on the right track. Distributions from a Roth are tax-free as long as you follow the rules. But if you violate the rules, the gains could be taxable. So it's best to think of gains inside the Roth as being tax-deferred, not tax-free. One violation of the rules could be taking a distribution prior to age 59 and a half. These premature distributions will incur a 10% penalty tax in addition to other taxes that could be assessed. This penalty is the same for both IRA and for Roth. The penalty is not assessed, however, on your deposits into the Roth since they were made with after-tax money. After age 59 and a half, distributions from an IRA are fully taxable, while distributions from a Roth are tax-free. It's important to remember that your deposits into the Roth you already paid tax on, so only the gains are tax-free. This is a key consideration when determining which accounts will best serve your needs, and one we'll address in the examples later on. When you reach 70 and a half, you're required to begin yearly distributions from an IRA. These required minimum distributions, or RMD, is an annual amount that's based on your account value and your life expectancy. There is no such requirement that you remove money from a Roth. Both the IRA and the Roth allow your beneficiaries to inherit your account and take RMD over their lifetimes. These are known as stretch provisions. If you're married, your surviving spouse can choose this option or take it as their own. So let's recap. Your deposit into the IRA is pre-tax. Deposits in the Roth are after tax. Growth in both accounts are tax deferred. If you access the funds in either account before age 59 and a half, you'll be charged a penalty. After 59 and a half, distributions in the IRA are taxed. Distributions from the Roth are tax-free. Minimum distributions are required in the IRA beginning at 70 and a half. There are no required minimum distributions for a Roth. Stretch provisions are available for both accounts.
All these features taken together can make it difficult to determine which is best for you. The key factors to remember are that the IRA gives you an upfront benefit with tax later, and with a Roth, no upfront benefit but a big bang years later after the account has had time to grow. So let's work through a few hypothetical examples. Ross and Rachel are 60 years old and have 2 grown children who are on their own. They are in a high tax bracket since they are in their highest earning years with little in the way of tax deductions. They will begin removing funds from the account in 7 years. They want to fund either an IRA or Roth, but don't know which one to choose. Which is the best choice for them? The tax deduction an IRA offers is a big benefit for Ross and Rachel, and since they will begin withdrawals soon, the growth potential in the account is limited. The traditional IRA would be the best option. Jack and Diane are 25 years old and plan to retire at age 65. They are just starting out, have a new home with a mortgage, and 2 young children. Jack stopped working to care for the kids. The household taxable income after all the deductions is $50,000. Like Ross and Rachel, they want to save for retirement but are uncertain about which type of account. Tax deductions are nice, but Jack and Diane's tax bracket is low, so the upfront deduction isn't as big a benefit for them. However, the growth potential is enormous. The Roth is the obvious choice for them, and here's why. Jack and Diane have 40 years until they begin withdrawals. If they were able to maintain a 7.2% return per year, their investment would double every 10 years. This is known as the Rule of 72. Though it doesn't seem like much growth between the first 10 to 20 years, look at what happens between years 30 and 40. The growth is still doubling, but it's grown by $80,000 in that period, all on an original $10,000 investment. And remember, they only pay tax on the original $10,000 deposit. The gain is tax-free. Also, just because they retired doesn't mean they withdraw all the funds, since there is no RMD on a Roth. Whatever remains in the account could continue to grow for decades more. We often get questions on whether or not to convert a traditional to a Roth. Converting from a traditional to a Roth becomes a taxable event. The following is an example of when a conversion could be beneficial. Donald and Hillary are in a very similar situation to Ross and Rachel, except they are quite wealthy and won't need the IRA money in retirement. They would like the IRA to provide tax benefits to their children. At this point in their life, Donald and Hillary are more likely to have substantial funds in a traditional IRA from prior savings or 401k rollovers. They could convert the IRA funds to a Roth IRA. In a conversion, the amount they convert is added to their tax return as income. Once converted to a Roth, there is no RMD, so the funds could grow in the account without withdrawals for several decades. When both have died, the children could open beneficiary Roth IRAs and distribute the funds based on their own life expectancies. Donald and Hillary would in effect be prepaying the tax at no benefit to themselves, but their children would have tax-free income for their lifetime.
The key points to remember are: IRAs have upfront tax benefits with tax payments later. Roths have no upfront tax benefits, but offer terrific tax-free growth possibilities if you have a long enough time before you need to withdraw the funds. Converting a traditional to a Roth will create a taxable event. There are several additional technical points and exceptions which we can't cover in this short video. Your individual situation may also favor one option over another for reasons we haven't covered. At Gardner Financial Planning, our single focus is to be instrumental in helping you achieve your goals. We believe that having a comprehensive plan and roadmap to your ultimate goal is the most effective way for you to achieve success. If you have questions about which type of retirement account might be best in your situation, contact us. We're here to help.